Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Sunday. It is August 2nd, 2020. Let's see what this month brings, right? So, anyway, today I am doing a chill day. I am not doing any work. I've kind of a little bit overdid it. I will be back at things tomorrow. I want to move more of this stone. I want to get more stone over around the garden beds and stuff like that, so I will be working on that. So anyway, so first I just want to remind everybody I will be live streaming tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and we're going to be talking about, obviously we have a nice hurricane coming. Well, it's considered a tropical storm right now. I don't know if it's got back to a Category 1, but we're going to talk about the hurricanes. This one is going to be going up the whole East Coast is what they're talking about, and so we're going to be discussing that, okay? So that's going to be the game plan for this evening. So please join me for that tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and we will be talking about all that type of stuff. So on the theme of hurricane season, I wanted to do a video on 16 things that you really probably should stock up on now in preparation for hurricane season. Since we're having this happening at this point in time, I thought this would be a good video for this. Alright, so number one thing that I have, and nothing is in order, so it's not like, oh, this is the most important, but we're just going to go with this. Number one is hard plywood and boards. Now, as we know, every time a hurricane hits, especially like in Florida or the Carolinas, people will wait to the last minute to get their plywood and their boards to board up windows and doors and all those type of things in preparation of the hurricane. It makes so much more sense to be prepared ahead of time and to have your plywood already available, cut to size for your windows, having your screws ready, what you got to do and those type of things for that, and then just storing them in your garage or whatever and stuff like that. It's better, again, one of those things, guys, it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. When hurricane season happens, everybody waits to the last minute, and then there's nothing available, okay? So that's a really good thing that you should have. Number two would be gasoline, okay? And so gasoline, having extra gasoline on hand in case you can't get to the gas pumps and everything is shut down because of power outages or whatnot. Having extra gasoline on hand is a huge thing to have. And so gasoline, it generally, it's good for 6 months. You can put the extended stuff in there, which will make it, good for up to 2 years if you want to go that route. What I do, and you guys know, anybody that's watched the channel knows, I rotate my gas every 6 months. So that's the way I do it, okay? Number three, over-the-counter medications. Anything that you can think that you may possibly need for over-the-counter medications, really, really a good thing to have. Because again, you may not be able to get out to get things, or they'll be cleaned out in a post, hurricane type of an event. Number four would be medical supplies, okay? A good first aid kit. Having those things because of an injury, making sure you have the adequate stuff that you need, that's going to be a really, really good thing. All right. Number five would be water purification. Some way to purify water, be it a big Berkey, a Katadyn water filter, water tablets, some way that you can purify water so that you can have clean drinking water is going to be really, really important, okay? Number six is going to be emergency lighting. So kerosene lanterns, obviously along with that would be kerosene. That would be, a good thing to have on hand. Extra, flashlights, those type of things. But having some way to have emergency lighting, even if you could do it with a solar setup of some sort, not a bad idea either, okay? So if you can have a small, couple of panels and that type of thing, not a bad idea to have. So number seven, cooking without power. So, they have the little camp grills that you can purchase that'll use propane. That's another good thing to have. Some alternative way of cooking other than using wood, okay? So if you can have a little Coleman, cooker, that's a really good thing to have. Number 8 would be radios, ham radio, CB, anything like that. Some way to keep up what's going on in the news, to keep you abreast of what's happening, when your power's going to come back on, and those type of things, okay? Really, really important. And along with that, we're going to go with number 9, batteries, you know, having extra batteries available, you know, for your flashlights, for your, you know, for your radios and those type of things. Really good to have. All right. Let's see. Number 9 would be like a battery pack to recharge, you know, your phone or your laptop or whatever you had. So again, you can get those solar, like little portable solar things that you can just put out in the sun, and you know, they will provide enough power to charge up your phone and those type of things. Really smart thing to have. It's a good thing to have. Number 11 is going to be extra gloves and mask in case you have to go to a shelter. With the whole pandemic and everything happening at this point, having those extra ways to protect yourself, again, with everything that's going on, being forced to go to a shelter in this type of situation is not probably the most pleasant thing that you would have to look forward to doing. So having extra gloves and mask, especially if you're going to have to be with a whole bunch of strangers, really good thing to have, okay? Number 12 would be hand sanitizer along that same line, you know, again, to be able to, you know, keep yourself, you know, safe as much as you possibly can. Number 13 would be disinfectants, okay? Now, of course, everybody thinks first thing that comes to mind is bleach, but you can also use like a rubbing alcohol, hydrogen peroxide, ammonia, those type of things. Some ways to disinfect the area so that you're not, you know, going to be doing cross-contamination and, you know, trying to keep yourself as safe as you possibly can. I think that that's going to be a really important thing to have. All right, number 14 is going to be camping equipment. So what do I mean by camping equipment? Tents would be a big thing to have. It gets you out of the weather if you have a tent and stuff like that. Sleeping bags, even lightweight sleeping bags, because at night, even sometimes at night, it gets cool at night, and especially if you're out in a tent, you know, and you know, like the extra roll, the padding rolls that you put down on the ground first, those would be extra things. Like, again, of course, your you know, your mess kits, as far as, you know, like a camping kit. So if you're having to cook outside and you have your, you know, your Coleman cooker or whatever you're using, you know, you have a way, you have those utensils that you can use, you know, like the heavy duty plastic spoons and knives, you know, those type of things as well. Those are good things to have. They're going to be a lot more sturdy than the little ones that you get in the 100 packs, okay? Number 15 would be cash on hand. Make sure you have plenty of cash on hand, going with small bills, especially small bills. That's going to be really important because, again, you may not be able to get to the bank to hit the ATM and to do that type of thing. So having plenty of extra cash on hand for whatever purchases you may need to make is going to be a good thing. I'm going to kick this up really quickly so you can see how breezy it is here today. It actually feels fantastic. It's a little bit cooler today as well. It is probably in the 70s right now. We did have rain through the night, and we had some rain this morning. And so the forecast was off and on showers all day. And now right now, as you can see, it looks pretty clear. We do have some clouds moving in, it looks like. But okay, number 16. We'll go back to the list. We'll finish that up real quick. Paper products. Having toilet paper, Kleenex, paper towels, and those type of things. It's going to be important to have those as well. So hopefully that helps you guys as far as your hurricane preparation, especially on the coast, up and down the East Coast, and you know, in the Gulf of Mexico as well. Because again, we just don't know what we're going to be facing or what we're looking at, and so it's really important to you know, be prepared as best we can for those type of situations. So what I want to do is I'm going to take you over here, and I want to talk about, we've been having an issue, and I think we may have figured out what that issue is. So I wanted to come in here real quick, and we're going to turn this on. Now, right now we are bringing in some fairly decent power at the moment. We've pulled in a grand total of 5.1 kilowatt hours today so far. Yesterday for the whole day we pulled in 11 kilowatt hours. We've been having issues with the batteries are draining down too fast, and we're trying to figure out what is going on. Okay, what we're probably going to end up doing is we're going to switch out the Midnight Classics in the Ames inverter. We may do that, I don't know yet, because I'm going to show you what we have done. So we're going to try that, possibly. I believe, and this is kind of, we're trying to troubleshoot stuff and trying to figure out what's going on. So basically for about a week we've been having issues with the batteries are draining too fast, okay? And they shouldn't be, because we're pulling in more than enough power. I mean, yesterday we pulled in almost 11 kilowatt hours. I don't use close to that much, and even with Becky and Mike being here and working in their place, they're not using that much power. I mean, they have their TV, they have their fan going as well, and they also have the lights, some lights in there going. So that's not pulling so much power that it would be draining everything. So what we did last night, I went to bed earlier, and then I woke up, and of course this whole thing has been on my mind because we've been having issues. So I came out here about 2 in the morning, and the batteries that you see there's this 25.9, okay? The batteries were down to 23.7. Well, they'll start alarming once they go below 23. So what I did at that point was I shut the whole system down. And I had told Mike ahead of time that I would probably shut the system down through the night. And now you see that working its way to 26 because we got the powers coming in really good right now. So I talked to Mike and said, if I have to shut it down, I'll shut it off. And then in the morning, if you get up early, go ahead and turn it back on and then just run the generator for a little while. And he said, no problem. So that's what he ended up doing. I asked him, where were the batteries this morning when you woke up? And he said, like 23.1. Now, the problem is they shouldn't continue to drop down after everything's off. There's no load on the system, so why were they still draining? The thought came to me that it was probably one of these batteries is bad, and I believe it is this one. So you see that this one does not have the little LED lit up. I disconnected this battery, okay? Once I disconnected this battery, because this one was holding at a certain number, and I've been watching everything, okay? The rest of them had been draining, but this one was holding at a certain number. I think this battery is bad. Now, I do believe I still have the warranty on this, so I will be contacting the company. Since I did that, I have the other 4 batteries. Now you see that one just went to 26. I don't know if you just saw that. It went from 25.9 to 26. These batteries are now seem to be charging up okay. So it's an experiment. I'm going to see where we are at tonight, through the night with these, depending on how much power we bring in for the day. Like I said, right now we've brought in 5.2 so far. And right now both sides are cranking. We're bringing in 1,300 on this side. We're bringing in almost 1,000 on this side. Okay, so right now they're pulling in good power. So we'll see what they do as far as charging up the batteries goes, and we'll see how they do tonight. But we're kind of keeping an eye on that. My electrician, solar guy, will be out on Wednesday, and we're going to try to figure out. There's something going on in the system that is messing with this system, that is draining these batteries. Because once you kill the system and turn the system off, the battery should not continue to dissipate. Not to the extent that they dissipated from 2 in the morning to about 7 this morning. Okay, so obviously a major issue, something is going on, so things got to be squared away. Alright, so that's where we're at with that. We're just going to work on that and figure it out. We're just trying to troubleshoot it right now. I don't know if there's some kind of faulty wiring going on or something is happening. These should not be doing what they're doing. Okay, so we're trying to work on that and trying to figure that out. It's just going to take some time, but what are you going to do? So anyway, so that's kind of it. I just kind of wanted to share that with you because it's one of the things that you deal with. On a homestead and you have your independent solar system, you have to deal with those type of things, unfortunately. So anyway, so what we did yesterday too, I wanted to show you this. I ended up putting rebar in to hold these cages up because they were all falling over because the tomatoes are all over the place, as you can see. And so we needed to get the cages held up better. So I put in some rebar. Actually, I have an extra piece here in the cages to hold those cages up. Yes, hello, I see you, little girl. How are you? Yes, good girl. Good girl. So anyway, guys, that's it for right now. I'm going to jump off here. So right at the moment, we're doing pretty good as far as sunshine, which is a good thing. So we'll see how things go tonight with the solar system. Hopefully we'll get it all squared away and things will be better. That's what we're hoping for. So we'll get it figured out one way or the other. We may put on those other 2 units, take the Aimser inverter off, take the Midnight Classics off, and go with that. We're going to have to see, because what we're going to have to do with the 2 buildings is separate things anyway. So you know, we're going to have to figure everything out. It'll all come together. It's a matter of working on it. Hopefully this is not smudged today. I'm going to hit this real quick. Let me know how the camera looks, guys. I may have to clean the lens. I don't know. I might just Windex it or something and wipe it down. But anyway, let me know about that too. I apologize if there's issues with that. So I'm going to jump off here for now. I will look forward to seeing you all tonight at 8 p.m. We're going to be talking about, you know, hurricanes hitting, especially in the midst of a pandemic, which is always fun. You know, so, you know, we're going to talk about that tonight. So we're going to be talking about hurricanes and a pandemic, the combination, how do you deal with that, what do you got to do, and those type of things, okay? So we'll discuss that all this evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So please join me for that tonight, and I look forward to seeing everybody in the chat. Also, remember, guys, we are all in this together. That is important to remember. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. All right? I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you guys are having a great day. Be safe, enjoy, spend time with your family. And I will see you all tonight. And, you know, and hang in there. All right? I'll talk to you all later. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now. Did I do STD, guys? I don't know if I did STD. Step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to accomplish, whatever you're trying to do, you can do it. The only one stopping you from reaching those goals is you, all right? Stay positive, stay away from that negativity, and you are going to be fine. I will talk to you all this evening. I hope everybody is having a wonderful Sunday. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.